Welcome, friends. So we're discussing what is it like to know our infinite, unharmable being and to act in the world from that experience, that knowing. So there's a principle that I've used that I find extremely helpful. It's the not to be survived principle. So you may have heard before, if you find fear, if you find doubt, if you find hurt, dive into it. And that this is a building of that suggestion. I go into whatever it is that's arising as a care, as a concern, as a hurt, as though I'm not to survive it. I open to it so fully that there's zero resistance. In fact, it's becomes an all permeating experience, just opening fully as though I have no need to survive it. It's a not to be survived experience. And the reason I do that is because I know what I am, the truth of this core essence, presence. It does survive no matter what. So anything else that could dissolve or disintegrate or diminish, well, that's not my true self. So, yes, indeed, I'd like to see through that. I'd like the freedom of that dropping away. So I go into the doubt, the fear, the hurt in a way such that it's not to be survived. I open to that fully. And then I just see what arises. Usually there's something that I see as, oh, just a false prop that suddenly doesn't seem steady enough to lean on, anyways. Or I see instead the pain that it causes unnecessarily based on some untruth. Or I feel the potent being that is carrying me into the experience and realize that the potent being is so much bigger. Whatever it is, there's a rising understanding that arises from the experience of presence fully meeting the fear, the doubt, the hurt. So let's take an example or two. I was having knee problems. I really love hiking. We go on very long hikes, 15, 18 miles. And my knees were bothering me. And the thought came through, oh, what if I end up being hurt so badly that I can't hike anymore? And I felt the concern, the fear, the attachment to a certain level of health in my body that enables our hikes. And so I just went in, okay, let's just not survive this concern. Let's not survive this fear. What would it be like to end up in a wheelchair? What would it be like to lose the capacity to walk on uneven terrain? And as I just felt into that, there was the opening to the experience of being in a wheelchair. And I found what arose was this curiosity and this appreciation of beauty wherever I see it. And the appreciation of simply listening to a stream, smelling flowers, watching butterflies. And I saw that there was just no validity to the fear. The core of sensing and communing with nature, it's there apparently. It might not even depend upon a body for all I know. So I saw that this attachment to being an active hiker really had no validity, that whatever would arise would be handled. And so that fear, that concern dropped away along with the identity as, a long distance hiker or whatever. Another example, and this may be happening for a lot of people. What happens if my job gets downsized or AI takes it over, an industry-wide collapse is quite possible. And what happens if I lose my job? So again, there's a concern that could arise, and I just open into it in a way not to be survived. Just allow the full experience of the doubt, a full experience of not having the job as a prop in my life. Just open into that. And what arose for me is, well, there's this core aliveness that has always guided me from job to job and career to career. There's never been a job that stayed for, I don't know, longer than 12 years. Well, probably less than that, actually. Yeah, more like maybe 6 years. So there's never been that prop active in my life. And it just caused me to relax back into this flow of motivation that seems to just curiously engage with life, how it shows up and discovers. So sensing that, wow, it's always been this curiosity. It's always been this natural motivation. There's always been this interest in contributing. Well, okay, there we go. This is a much more valid support than any particular position ever has been. So it just relaxed out that doubt and relaxed out that concern and just opened back into the truth of this alive flow. And there can be all kinds of concerns we have. Any one of them, it can be addressed as something not to be survived. No more trying to fix and solve and perfect. Instead, it's just met with understanding, met with a welcome, met with curiosity, and the way we can fully taste it, savor it, is to just approach it as something not to be survived. And then this that we are goes in with all of the apparent assumptions of our identity, and the assumptions are just met so that they are seen as so invalid, so non-essential, so not real compared to this core essence of existence. So enjoy any exploration that appeals to you with the not to be survived exploration.